What's going on, NBA fanatics? This is your friendly neighborhood Memphis Grizzlies, home of Memphis X, and I talk hoops. Today, we are talking about what the Grizzlies did at the NBA trade deadline. But first, every hero needs their theme music.
KeyAno.
Grizz gang, go hard. Baddest in the game, we be on one. I talk hoops, so secure. All up on the court, but we gon' score. Memphis bringing heat straight from Tennessee. Demorance back in that scoreboard. He that MVP.
I cannot lie. It was a disappointing trade deadline for me, for the Memphis Grizzlies. The Memphis Grizzlies completed one trade deadline deal. They sent Danny Green and I believe it was 3 second-round picks out to acquire Luke Kennard from the Los Angeles Clippers. Luke Kennard is a Luke Kennard is a 27-year-old. I think this is a 26-year-old shooting guard out of Duke. 26-year-old shooting guard out of Duke. He is right now averaging 20 minutes per game for the Los Angeles Clippers. He's getting a lot of DNPs, I guess, since Kawhi and Paul George have been healthy. He's gotten a lot more DNPs. He's only played 35 games. He has 11 starts. He's averaged 20 minutes per game. He's shooting 46% from the field and a robust 44.7% from three-point line, 95% from the free throw line, averaging 7.8 points, 2.4 rebounds, 1.1 assists, positive assist-to-turnover ratio. His per 36 numbers would be for this year 13.6 points, 4 rebounds, 1.8 assists, 1.5 turnovers. He's having a good shooting year. He is a real live NBA shooter. He is the real deal. He is the equivalent of Bane as far as shooting goes. Now, he doesn't have the exact versatility as Bane, especially the off-the-dribble game that Bane has, but he can shoot the ball. Now, this acquisition basically cost the Grizzlies nothing. They have ran Danny Green out there, I think, 3 games this season, who scored a total of 9 points. I think he hit 3 threes for the Grizzlies. Luke Kennard might hit 3 threes in his first game he plays for the Grizzlies. He is going to be a real shooter for the Grizzlies. He plays defense well enough, especially in the team concept. He is not going to be a stopper or anybody you put on the other team's best offensive player. But he will allow the Grizzlies to do some of the same things they do with Desmond Bane when Desmond Bane goes to the bench, which has been a problem this season, that when Desmond Bane goes to the bench, the shooting goes to crap. So now they have a chance to have him on the court with Desmond Bane at times instead of Tyus Jones, hopefully. We don't get many more of those Tyus Jones, Ja Morant minutes together. We can just play Kennard out there, and he can juice up the shooting and provide some spacing for Ja. And hopefully they can play them together at times, at least for short periods, and have 2 just snipers on the court at the same time. The Grizzlies have never had that. You're talking about a guy who's averaging 6.6 3-point attempts per 36, and that's, probably about the same role he's got going to have with the Grizzlies. In his 20 minutes, he was getting 3.8 shots up, hitting 1.7. So giving the Grizzlies another 2 3-pointers a game will be helpful. And I suspect that his minutes will be a little bit higher in Memphis, probably be around the 24, 25-minute range. I think he is going to be a very, very good acquisition for the Grizzlies. Now, you might ask, if I'm so positive about Luke Kennard, why was I down? Well, I am down because the Grizzlies did not trade or upgrade on Dylan Brooks, which means that most likely, come the end of games, Dylan Brooks is still going to be in the closing lineups, and that means you're still going to have a non-shooter on the court to close games, and I don't like that. But I'm going to give the Grizzlies until this summer, until this offseason, to make a organizational defining trade. You can't keep all these assets and do nothing with them. You can't just keep drafting guys and putting them in the G League. You're right. You have about 5 or 6 dudes on your main roster that are in the G League. It's not sustainable. Because when you have injuries, you're basically calling up G League dudes. You need real live NBA players if you plan on contending. But what the offseason has shown me and what this deadline has shown me is the Grizzlies front office is not really serious about contending this year. They have shown no indications that they're serious about contending. So I will dial my expectations back accordingly. So what happens this season happens. It's whatever. But I can't really have higher expectations than the damn people running the team. So, hey, it is what it is. The front office don't think they can compete, so why should I? And anybody who disagrees with that, you're going to have to show me what move you think the Grizzlies have made since the playoffs ended last season. What moves have they made that shows that they thought that they can compete at the highest levels this season? In my eyes, there are none. Every move has shown that they are not seriously thinking about competing this season. So, dial back your expectations or be prepared to be disappointed. Peace.